A couple of weeks ago, while we were touring the Mobile History Museum, I showed you the remains of Fort Conde. This area of brick here is what remains of Fort Conde. After doing some research, it turns out that Fort Conde was really large. It took up a lot of space. In fact, this whole field here behind us was all part of the fort. And archaeologists dug this up many years ago, fenced it in, and made this monument to it. Directly across the street from us, though, they have a scale model of Fort Conde. It's like 80% scale model. That's what we're going to check out today. Once you come through their air-conditioned lobby, you enter into this courtyard inside of Fort Conde. This is the photo room. And they have it all themed. We're going into the armory now. They have it staged exactly as it would have looked. This cannon here was an actual cannon here at Fort Conde. They dug this out of the ground, and here it sits. That's amazing. No telling how many times this cannon was fired. Here they have an escape room. We figured out the escape room really easy. Very easy. Everything is in that chest. The first key was in this box. When you open the chest, there's another chest. And then inside of this cupboard, the second key is down there in that bottom tray, which opened the last chest, which means we escaped the escape room. We have come up to the top of the fort. Over here on this side, they do have some cannons staged there. But what's really cool, there's two major ways to get into Mobile. You could come up I-65, in which case you have to come over a really long, a really tall bridge. Or you can come in I-10, which takes you through a tunnel which runs under the bay. You're actually driving in this tunnel under the water. Here's the exit to that tunnel, right here below the fort. All these guys are coming in from driving across the bay of Mobile. There's another displayed cannon. Here at the top, they have this concrete structure. I don't know if this was a lookout area or not. There's a nice breeze inside of here though. I could stand here all day. I see that everybody else has been writing their names and everything on the inside of here. In 1702, this fort was right up against the Mobile Bay. Now, in present day, the Mobile Bay is not right here on this edge. The Maritime Museum, the Mobile Museum of History is on the opposite side of here. There's several hundred feet between the edge of the fort and the bay. But in 1702, the bay came right up to the edge of this fort. This wall right here with the cannons posted on the top of it, it was Fort Conde's line of defense against their enemies. We are going to enter the bowels of Fort Conde now, Colonial Mobile, and check out the artifacts and take the tour. And it's very, very dark in here. These artifacts were unearthed by archaeologists here on Fort Conde. Is that Jack Sparrow's compass that he traded away? They would have their skins covered with the figures of snakes, which they make with the point of a needle. So they would be tattooed with snakes all over them for some reason. These items were also uncovered. Here, there's an axe. There, a letter. There's another letter, some nails. There's a lot of nails in there, actually piled up. There's an old lock. I wonder if they found the key. Look at all these bones. Tombstone was found. They uncovered this in the 1970s. The date on it was 1756. Native American projectiles, arrowheads, and a dolphin skull, and a bunch of different animal bones. Look at these old guns here.
Flintlocks.
Here is a model of Fort Conde. As you can see, like I said, this is the wall where those cannons are, and that's how close it was to the bay. Now, this building here is now the entrance where you have to pay your admission fees. Look at these old pipe bowls that they unearthed. Some old knives, old guns. Here's a sword hilt and handguard that were recovered off the property here at Fort Conde. A map of the Gulf of Mexico that was made in 1783. I cannot believe that it's still here. This trunk right here was discovered in the early 1800s. Very cool. Before we go any further, I thought I would give you a little history about Fort Conde. Fort Conde was built in 1702 and defended Mobile for well over 100 years. Fort Conde has been controlled by multiple different countries. It was held by the French, the British, the Spanish, and America. Here are some more cannons that watched over Fort Conde. These cannons were used in the 1700s and actually watched over the city of Mobile. These cannons sit where the replicas are sitting upstairs right now. Here are some U.S. artifacts that were found here. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. We have reached the brig. This was Fort Conde's jail. There was nothing in here but a stool. Somebody let me out of here. I'm trapped. Help, anybody? Right here is a shackle bar, padlocks and a shackle bar that was unearthed from right here. The doorways were so small, you have to duck to get underneath them. Now we've made it into a shop area. I had a question on one of my previous videos as to whether they knew Fort Conde was there the entire time, or if somebody, say, just cutting the grass ran across it. Well, the answer to the question is the city of Mobile knew about it the entire time. And then they reconstructed this 80% scale model that we just walked through. Another interesting thing to know about Fort Conde: when the French, when they built the fort, they named it Fort Conde. But when the British took over, they changed the name of the fort to Fort Charlotte. Many years later, the Spanish took over the fort. They changed the name to Fort Carlotta. Later, when the Americans took it over, they renamed it Fort Charlotte again. It is ridiculously hot here in Mobile. Very, very humid. We are going to get back to the hotel room so maybe we can hop in the pool if it's not crowded. I am gonna go ahead and end this video now. I want to thank you all for watching. We will be in Mobile several more days this time, and we're going to be exploring somewhere else new every day that we're here. So thank you all, and I will see you again tomorrow. I hope you have a great day.